Living in Israel for 30 years, sometimes I say, I feel like I'm living in the days of Ezekiel. Ezekiel was an amazing prophet who had some incredible encounters with God. And I want to read you just one verse from chapter 3. It says, "Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Israel. Therefore, hear a word from my mouth and give them warning from me." Now this verse is something that would have made absolute sense to ancient Israelis. But what does it mean to us today? I want to talk to you a little bit today about watchmen and watchtowers. I've come today to a beautiful place just outside of Jerusalem where they have reconstructed a watchtower because I want to tell you about the significance of watchtowers in biblical times. You see, in the Bible times, they didn't have grocery stores. You couldn't just go out and get your groceries and pay for them at a till. You had to grow your food, or you had to trade with other people who had grown the food. And so it was vitally important to the survival of your family and your clan that the crops that you planted were brought to maturity, to harvest, because if they weren't, then you could not just have a hard time, but you could die. This is a reconstruction of an ancient watchtower. You would have seen these in every field, in every farm, because someone had to stop what they were doing during the whole time of the growing season to be in the field and make sure that the crops were not hurt in any way. So let's climb up and see what we can see from up here. From up in the watchtower, see it's round. You can see all the way around to make sure that no animals are getting into the crops, that nobody is coming to steal your crops, that, God forbid, armies or enemies would be coming to destroy your crops, because it was important for the survival of your family. Now, so what does it mean when God says to Ezekiel, I'm making you a watchman. You need to watch out. You need to say my words to the whole house of Israel. What it meant was there's dangers. You need to be the warning call. You need to be able to tell the people of Israel, this is what's coming and this is what the results are from this action or that action. So God called Ezekiel to be a watchman. Just like the watchmen in ancient Israel watched out for the safety of the clan by making sure the crops were not hurt. He was called to be that voice to the nation of Israel. Now, there is another way that you can be a watchman. Actually, there's a couple more ways, and we find them in other places in Scripture. In Isaiah 62, verse 6 and 7, we read, "On your walls, O Jerusalem, I have put watchmen. You who call on the Lord, give him no rest and give yourself no rest until he establishes and makes Jerusalem a praise in the earth." In the case of a city, there were also watchmen. They walked the walls. They watched to make sure that no enemies were coming against the city. They were responsible to give the call if they saw a danger so that all the men of the city could rush to defend the city and the family and the tribe. Well, today we understand that from the scripture in Isaiah that watchmen for us is also to be prayer warriors. And we are called to pray for Jerusalem until Jerusalem becomes a praise in the earth. Now, I read newspapers all over the world when I travel, and I can tell you right now that it hasn't happened yet. Everywhere around the world, they are not praising Jerusalem. They're not saying, what a wonderful place that is. Look what God is doing there. So we, as God's people, as His followers, we have a job. We have a job to call on the Lord, to remind Him of His promises, to intercede for Israel and Jerusalem. We will stand with Israel. We will be watchmen on the wall. We will stand with God and partner with Him until the day when He makes Jerusalem a praise in the earth.